When the Greater London boundary was drawn in 1965, it seized large chunks of the home counties that included parts of Hertfordshire, Kent, Surrey, and the whole of Middlesex. Thankfully, they remain as postal addresses, but the new border of Greater London now extended into open countryside, essential havens of woodland and commonland, vital for peace and quiet from the busy capital. Located between Barnet and Cockfosters is Monken Hadley Village and Common. Now, the Common spans the London boroughs of Barnet and Enfield, their current boundary following the old county border of Hertfordshire and Middlesex. The East Coast Main Line to Edinburgh bisects Monken Hadley Common, which, together with Totteridge, Trent Park and Enfield Chase, remain important open spaces north of the capital city. Monken Hadley Common was part of the Royal Forest of Enfield Chase, and its village is still gated, but access is not restricted. The common is wedge-shaped, tapering towards the Cockfosters end. There is a lake, but much of it is woodland. Wholly within Middlesex, but now in the London borough of Richmond upon Thames, is the astonishing Strawberry Hill House. The former home of Horace Walpole, it certainly makes a statement. Pugin was dismissive about Walpole's Gothic castle, but today most visitors to Strawberry Hill House are spellbound, even overawed by its rich and colourful appearance. Located in Twickenham, it was transformed from a modest house, and early illustrations show manicured lawns sweeping down to the River Thames. Even if the Thames looks closer to the house than reality, much has since been built over by housing and a main road. A tour of the interior is a fascinating experience, culminating in the gallery, its ceiling a glorious example of fan vaulting inspired by Henry VII's chapel in Westminster Abbey, its element of surprise enhanced by supporting walls of intense red. Walpole had assembled a large collection of stained glass depicting scenes from the New Testament, English life and figures. They were restored as part of the Strawberry Hill House restoration project of 2010. I doubt if many passengers catching a train to the West Country from Paddington are aware that sitting alongside the station is Paddington Basin, the terminus of the Grand Union Canal, an immediate forerunner of rail travel. Now from here, canal boats would take their long and more leisurely journey to Leicester and Birmingham. Less well known is the Regent's Canal, providing an important link north of the city to the River Thames at Limehouse, going via Regent's Park, King's Cross and Shoreditch. On a walk from Paddington to St Pancras, I noticed that the graffiti artists had been very busy. Furthermore, some of the boats lining the canal at Lisson Grove have a distinct air of permanence. Tragedy at Rotherhithe nearly prevented one of the nation's greatest achievements. In 1828, Isambard Kingdom Brunel almost drowned during the construction of the Thames Tunnel, and only by a stroke of fate, whilst convalescing at Clifton near Bristol, was he successful in receiving commissions to build the Great Western Railway and Clifton Suspension Bridge. At Rotherhithe, the Brunel Museum tells the story of this near-tragic accident, and it is possible to walk down the shaft. Today, the tunnel is part of the London Overground, where a regular service operates from Rotherhithe to Wapping and beyond. Now, the current entrance is located a short distance to the south of the original entrance shaft to the Thames Tunnel. The building was remodelled in 1995 and 1998. We saw in Secret London 1 that the temple, just off Fleet Street, was self-governing and outside the jurisdiction of the Mayor of London. Not far from the temple is Ely Place, which also has a similar and somewhat unusual privilege. For centuries, this gated street, with its own porter's lodge, has been an island of Cambridgeshire, trapped within the capital but administered from East Anglia. Even the Metropolitan Police have to obtain permission to enter, but the public on foot are free to peruse. Almost hidden from view is St. Etheldreda's Church. It has had a checkered history and was the chapel of the medieval palace of the Bishops of Ely. That was demolished in the 18th century to be replaced by 2 rows of houses that line Ely Place today. The church is Roman Catholic, of around 1300, but much restored. Immediately striking upon entering are the stained glass windows, many having intense hues, and, given the right weather conditions, a blessing for photographers.